Okay guys, this is as you can see, June 2017 exam paper, the S1. I'm going to go through it, but can I just say that I thought this was quite a tough paper, but we can still get the grades we want, but it was quite tough, so don't find it really kind of disheartening, because it was a hard paper. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so question 1. And so you read it through, and then it's got a random sample of 50 carrots, so that's important. I'm going to chuck down here n equals 50, n equals 50, okay, and she's recorded the weight of all of her carrots in grams to the nearest gram, and the results are down here in this table. Okay, so first thing we notice going down this column here is that we've got nothing between 54 and 55, and this is continuous data. So let's swap up the intervals here. So we've got, if I do it in red, we've got 50, let's try this one, 54.5, and it's 54.5 here, 59.5 and 59.5 there, 64.5, 64.5, that's going to be 74.5 here, and let's swap here for 4.5. Okay, so before we've even started reading the question, that's what we're going to do. And really helpful, so we need to remember here they've given us some calculations here they've really worked out, and we're definitely going to need that. So look, so we've got 5 people, 5 carrots in between this weight here, and they've given us the midpoint as well. Oh wow, how kind they are. Look at that. So they've given us a midpoint, look, between 44.5, 54.5 is 49.5. That's really sweet of them. So at least they did something for us. So let's have a look at question A, and they've got linear interpolation, so that's going to be the median, isn't it? So we want the median here. Okay, so we're going to answer A down here. Alright, so A, and we're going to do the linear interpolation, so we know we're always going to start off with this line, and so we're going to need to find halfway. It's a median. We've got n equals 50, so we're going to do 50 divided by 2, so it's the 25th value. So we go back up here, we need to know where the 25th value is. So let's do a cumulative frequency column here. Let's chuck it in here, cumulative frequency. So we start with 5, and then we go 5 add 10, that's 15, 15 add 22, 37, 37 add 13, 50, and that's cool because we know n equals 50, so that matches beautifully, yeah? So let's go back here then, and so we know that the 25th group is between here and here. So the 25th frequency is here, in this group here. Okay, so we're getting closer. So we know it's between the weights of 59.5 and 64.5. It's somewhere in this group here. And the lowest frequency we hit was 15 here, so from here the value is 15, and the group goes all the way up to the 37th carat. Okay, and we're looking for the 25th carats. Let's chuck that in there, 25th. So it's going to kind of be, oh, here somewhere, just slightly below halfway. Alright, so we know where it's going to be, we just need to find this value. So we start off with this value, 59.5 plus bracket. Okay, so we are going to do the gap between here and here, so it's 10 along out of a total of 37 take away 15, that's 22, so that's that, times the width here, so that's 5, times 5, the width, and that's going to give us what the median is. So let's crack out the calculator, and we're going to go 59.5 plus bracket 10 over 22 times 5, close bracket, equals 61.7727272727272727. Oh, sadness, isn't it? Right, let's write this down. 61.772, and then it goes on forever and ever and ever. Like that. Let's put some dots on the top here. Okay, so does it tell us to round it? No, it doesn't. So 61 point. I'm going to underline it so the examiner can find that really easily. And you know what? That was an easy 2 marks. Okay, so that was easy. So we can do that one. Easy peasy. Okay, let's go straight into B. B, estimate for the mean. So don't forget they've said estimate because we don't know any of these real values. So we're guessing all the time what the weights are. So estimate of the mean is the total weights. Let me write it down. Mean equals total weights of all the carrots. Total weight of all the carrots divided by how many there are, or how many carrots, by the number of carrots. Okay, so let's have a look at this. So the total weight, well, okay, so we know this is pretty much GCSE work, isn't it? So we've got 5 in this group, 5 lots of, and this is why they've done that for us here. So I'm going to add another column here. I'm going to do frequency times the midpoint. All right, so here we go. 49 times 5, 49.5 times 5 is 247.5. Then we've got 10 times 57, that's 570. 22 times 62, that's 1364. And then finally 13 lots of 69.5 is 903.5. Okay, we want to know the total of all those. We add them up. 3085. Okay, so here we go back to here. 3085. It's a bit blurry, isn't it? Sorry about that. 3085 divided by how many carrots? Well, there are 50 carrots. So that's going to give me an average of 61.7. That's interesting. It's very close to the medium. All right, very close. Medium's just slightly bigger, but not much in it. Quite nice data. Right, so that's another really easy peasy 2 marks, yeah? So we've got 2 lots. So far we've got 4 marks and we've only done, what, 10 minutes? Okay, standard deviation. So finally, C, standard deviation. I would imagine that's why they've given us that formula up there. Right, because now we're getting into the meaty stuff. So the standard deviation, what does that equal? Well, we know the standard deviation squared is the variance. So this is the sum of f of x squared divided by the sum of f minus the sum of fx divided by the sum of f squared. Right, let's plug some numbers into these formulas then. Okay, so I've got the sum of fx squared. They've given us up here. So that's that whopping great big number, 192.102.5 divided by n. Well, that's 50. And then take away, here we go, sum of fx divided by the sum of f. We all know that that is the mean. Let me write that down here. Bracket sum of fx divided by the sum of f, which is what we've just done. Yeah, that's the mean. Okay, so it's always the mean squared. So we've got 61.7 squared. Okay, and so that equals, I'm trying to squeeze it in now so we get everything on this page, 35.16, but don't forget that's a standard deviation squared. So now we've got to square root 35.16, and that gives me the final answer of 5.9296. Okay, there we go. That's my standard deviation. Okay, cool. Now that's another 2 easy marks, yeah? So We've got 6 marks on this page that are really easy. And now we're going to go for the crunch. Get it? Crunch carrots. Oh, sad, sad, sad. Now the only reason why I think this is hard is because it takes a bit of thinking. So here we go. They want the probability that the weight of this carrot is no more than 70 grams. So let's find out, to start with, what is 70 grams? Okay. Or how... Oh!